what Elizabeth has said all along about the center is so true. She used to tell me that, I don't know whether it came up when I asked her, or someone asked her, whether she was disappointed, that Baba would not be coming back. Because, of course, naturally, she would want Baba to come back to the center and all that. And I think someone asked her that in relation to how she keeps the center so much in readiness, as though he is going to come back. And she said, well, you see, the center must always be kept ready. It's very important that the center always be kept ready. Because she said, you see, all the people who come, they bring Baba here. Since she twinkled, she'd say, you see, that's why they find Baba here. Because they bring him in their hearts. So you see, we must always keep the center ready, because he comes every day. And that was her secret, of how she could motivate herself every day until her mid-80s to see to every little detail. It wasn't because she knew Baba physically wasn't going to come back. And it wasn't just because she wanted things to look nice or whatever. It was because she was preparing for Baba. And that's why her eye was so much valued by everybody. The eagle eye of Elizabeth. It was also painful, because you could go in, clean a cabin, get it ready, someone coming. You could spend hours on that thing. It would be perfect, and she would come driving in, with her little head just over the wheel, with the dog running along. That's how she walked the dog when she could no longer walk, the dog knew. So it'd be like the leash. You'd have the car, and the dog would go in front of the car on the walk, and then in back of the car back to the house. And he loved it. This is his favorite part of the day. And she would always go in like this. This is when she's over 80 years old and sick. She'd go in, slowly get out of the car, come to that cabin, look in, and she never said, oh, it looks so lovely, or you've done such a nice job. It was always, why is that table out of place? Or doesn't that cabinet need a coat of paint? Or, her eye would go immediately to the one flaw in the room. I mean, it was uncanny. She'd come to the door and her eye would go right to it. And it used to be a little bit difficult if you happened to be on the receiving end, but it was also wonderful because it was a constant reminder that everything had to be right for Baba. And it didn't, whoever it was who came in to the center, that it could be, when people came in the 60s and maybe they didn't look really like Meher Baba, they looked like street people, and coming with all these problems and long hair and all this. And here's Kitty and Elizabeth, encountering all of this, but everyone to them was as though Baba were coming. And that's why the center is what it is because of the love they put in. Kitty had a different eye, but it was also, she found a lot when she went in. Her things were sometimes more esoteric, like she didn't like all the moss hanging all over the place off the trees. Go in and start pulling it down. But whatever it is that they felt had to be right.